introduce you to the judges, who we really appreciate their input, and also the fact that they sponsored the Student Challenge, which has enabled us to bring the students here and do it. So first on my left, we have Adrian Egger, who's Managing Director of CLAFS. Then we have Neve O'Connell, who's Vice President, Spas for Hyatt. We have Chris Norton, who chairs the panel for Four Seasons. And then we have, I can never say his name, I'm terrible, that's so bad. One of those beautiful Thai names from Shivasom, CFO, so he's going to quiz them all on their numbers. And then a huge thanks also to the architects who supported them. For those of you who don't know, what we ask the students to do is to design the spa of the future, but it has to be profitable. So the concepts are from the students, the figures are from the students, and then the architects really help them to implement their ideas and to make sure they're viable. So for Penn State, we have Patrick Burke from Michael Graves in New York, so thank you very much. And we have Cameron and Jenna, who've supported Denver, I believe, from Hirschbedner Associates in Atlanta. So many thanks to you, because I know it's a lot more work than you expect. So now I'll hand over to Mary and wish the students good luck.
Okay, may I have the Nittany Lions, please? Ben, Lydia, Emma, Marina? It's all yours.
Thank you. Here's our song.
You get 15 minutes. You got a clicker, I think.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay.
Good morning. We are Team Penn State. I'm Lydia, and this is Marina, Ben, and Emma. We worked with architect Patrick Burke from Michael Graves and Associates. Our spa concept is called Greenhouse. In our mind, the spa of the future will be restorative and regenerative, less about indulgence and more about fostering care and responsibility for what is important. The name of our spa is Greenhouse. We chose this name because it combines the two most important elements of who we are: green, for the environment and sustainability, and house, for community and Southern hospitality. For our location, we chose Savannah, Georgia, as Savannah has a long history of preservation and is well known for its traditions of warmth and Southern hospitality. Greenhouse will provide both tourists and local residents with luxurious spa and beauty treatments, but more importantly, Greenhouse will be part of the Savannah community, providing education and services designed to promote wellness and healthy lifestyles. We also provide sustainable leadership in the community. And I'll now turn it over to Marina.
Savannah, Georgia was originally conceived as a green city. By looking at this historic aerial shot, you can see that little green spaces known as squares were incorporated throughout the neighborhoods. Here is an updated aerial shot of Savannah that shows how the city has developed over the years. Although more buildings have been developed and land is now occupied, the green spaces remain. An historic preservation movement that was initiated in the 1970s has restored the city and featured its beautiful, magnificent, traditional Southern homes. Known as the Jewel of the South, Savannah is the epitome of an American Southern city, and it's brimming with comforting charm and warmth. This warm, inviting atmosphere sets the perfect location for Greenhouse, our spa. Here's an example of some traditional Southern homes with intricate architectural details. We have tried to incorporate these into the style of our spa. In addition to the green spaces in each neighborhood, there are open spaces and parks throughout the city. We have incorporated some of these elements, such as fountains and shaded trees, into our design as well. We also wanted to stay true to the interior architecture of the properties, from the high ceilings to the traditional floral wallpaper. And lastly, it's really rare to see a Southern home without a large outdoor porch. So we've made sure to incorporate wide, expansive porches so that our guests can take advantage of the outdoor living in the warm Savannah climate.
Our design concept mirrors the historical architecture and layout of Savannah. We chose to renovate 2 historical Savannah properties to serve as our treatment areas. The layout of the existing property consists of 2 main buildings with 2 carriage houses towards the back of the property. forming a compound area that will allow for the creation of garden and outdoor space, as well as provide privacy for the guests. Our renovations to the property include renovating the main buildings, as well as the building structure at the center of the compound. This building is meant to resemble a greenhouse and will be the location of our cafe, as well as a lounge area. The greenhouse is also meant as a hub or centerpiece to the spa, as it is a gathering place for guests and also leads to the separate buildings on the property. In addition, we added a fountain and garden area where we will grow our own herbs and vegetables. The two main buildings at the front of the property serve as our treatment centers, and the house on the left used for manicure, pedicures, and offices, and the house on the right used for massage and treatments that require guests to disrobe. These two types of treatments are kept separate for customer convenience, as well as to avoid issues with guest privacy, traffic flow, and noise. Behind the two main buildings, we have the two carriage houses. The carriage house on the left will house our classroom spaces, while the one on the right will serve as couples retreatment and overnight space. The greenhouse in the center will serve as a cafe and lounge, as I mentioned earlier. The main level in the two main buildings will house offices, a lounge space, retail space, a reception area in both, with a main entry into the spa located in the right building, and with a manicure and pedicure treatment on the second entrance in the left building. In addition, both buildings have a Savannah-style porch for guests to enjoy. The main level of the carriage house on the left will include space for fitness and yoga classes, as well as a gender-separated locker room. The main level of the second carriage house on the right will include rooms for couples retreat or overnight stays. The greenhouse has only one level, which will include the cafe, lounge space, and kitchen. The second level of the main building on the left will include space for offices and staff, while the second level of the building on the right will be where all the spa treatment rooms will be located. The second level of the classroom space will include more space for cooking demonstrations, and the second floor of the carriage house on the right will serve as additional couples retreat space. The only area with the third floor is the main building to the right, which will house the remaining treatment rooms, including our couples massage room. The two basement levels in the main building will consist of the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing equipment, and locker room space. Next to the locker rooms, we have located the space for heat treatments for customer convenience.
When we were designing our spa, we thought of modern and sleek spas, but instead decided to design one that had a sense of place and fit into the context of the Savannah community and its historical past. Our spa integrates Southern hospitality and sustainability with the charm of the Savannah community. For the materials that we used in the interior of a greenhouse, we chose to use earth tones and traditional Savannah patterns to create a relaxed environment. For example, our treatment rooms had floral fabrics that are in the traditional history of interior houses. For the materials that we used in our reception area, we had a living green planted wall. Our manicure and pedicure rooms feature a garden terrace that connects the garden to the inside of the spa, and we also use traditional Savannah wallpapers. Our cafe is located in the center of the spa, and not only will we use products from our garden, but also locally grown and organically grown produce. It will also serve as an opportunity to teach our guests about healthy eating and nutrition. When we are renovating our spa and day-to-day operations, we use as many replenishable and energy-efficient products to decrease our impact on the environment. For energy conservation, we installed solar panels as well as rainwater and gray water collection systems. Our packaging and stationery will be 100% recycled, and we will take advantage of ozonated water in our laundry to decrease energy costs. To really become part of the community, Greenhouse will participate and promote in community events to make sure that we become ingrained as part of Savannah.
Our service offerings echo our themes of sustainability, community, and Southern hospitality. Our spa services consist of massage, facials, nail treatments, body treatments, getaway packages, and lifestyle classes, which we'll be discussing more later. Our treatment names and descriptions are designed to highlight our integrity of place, such as the Savannah River Rock Massage, and our connection to Southern food and hospitality, such as the pumpkin pie peel and the fruit salad facial. For our facial and body line, we chose Eminence Organics, a company that we felt shared our value system of sustainability. These products will be supplemented by our herbs and plants grown in our own organic garden, and by products from our local partner, the Savannah Bee Company. As you can see, our body services continue to emphasize our connection to the South and our commitment to natural products with the carrot cake wrap and the honey and brown sugar glow as examples. For our nail services, we chose Karma Organic nail products, which are produced without any harmful chemicals. Nail treatments, such as the Sweet and Sour, the Mint Julep, and the Savannah Bee Company treatment, appeal to guests of all genders and ages. We also have half-day and full-day packages that guests can customize to meet their need. While our main target is women, our menu also includes services designed for other demographics, such as a men's massage, couples massage, a teen facial, and cooking class for kids. That brings me to another important component of our service offerings, our classes. Our Wellness Education Center, located in one of our carriage houses, offers a rolling selection of classes centered around fostering healthy lifestyles. These include how-to classes that teach guests how to create the spa products at home to sustain the spa experience, Savannah Bee Company classes, where guests can learn how to incorporate locally grown honey into recipes and spa home treatment products, and yoga and meditation classes. In addition, we'll offer nutrition and healthy cooking classes featuring local seasonal ingredients from our own garden and from the Savannah Farmers Market, aimed at encouraging Southern indulgence in a healthy way. We will also partner with local brewmasters and vintners for classes about integrating local wine and beer into healthy lifestyles and cooking.
As a team, we have developed sort of a broad vision statement and then a current goal for Greenhouse. Both of these statements emphasize our themes of sustainability, Southern hospitality, and community. But our goal reflects the plan of how we will operate on a daily basis, whereas our vision is more broad and for a long-term goal. There is some competition in the Savannah spa market, and some of these spas do have similar ideas that we are planning. However, the Wellness Education and Getaway Suite sets us apart from the rest. We have developed a Greenhouse SWOT analysis, which shows how we can combat our weaknesses and our threats and take advantage of our strengths and opportunities. Our biggest strength has our city center location, and our biggest weakness may be our small size. The opportunity that we can take advantage of is the green trend, which we think will continue to become popular in the future, but we may be threatened by the abundance of competition in the market. We will employ various marketing strategies for Greenhouse. Our main goal is to immerse Greenhouse in the community, which will be used through visual aids such as signs down by the Savannah Riverwalk. However, we will also use online media such as websites like Groupon and Living Social, which allow us to offer time-specific discounts that will entice people to learn about Greenhouse and come in for a first experience. And we feel that the consumer can value Greenhouse in two different ways. Locals will be able to value Greenhouse as both a necessity and a luxury. As a necessity because they can make it part of their routine by attending classes, and as a luxury for when they might want to come in for a massage on a special occasion. Whereas visitors to Savannah will be able to use it for a luxurious occasion during their vacation.
Although our target market is predominantly women between the ages of 25 and 40, we offer treatments to reach out to other demographics as well. For example, Greenhouse offers treatments and nutritional classes geared towards men and teens. We will cater to the local community with our fitness and educational classes, along with our spa treatments that we offer. We will cater to the visiting community with our getaway bundles and packages and the spa treatments as well. As you can see, Savannah has a steady population growth rate, with the majority of the population fitting our target market. In Savannah, the above-average personal income, in combination with the lower cost of living, allows the local market to generate more disposable income, which is also a key component within our target market. Not only is there a large market base locally, Savannah's popularity as a tourist destination will further increase the size of our market. The combination of the local market and tourism market will keep Greenhouse services in demand year-round and will help to lessen the effects of decreased demand that may occur.
For our financial plan, we developed a pre-opening budget and 3 years of financials. For a pre-opening budget, our largest cost was purchasing real estate, and we got that cost by using the average price per square foot for comparable homes in Savannah. By reusing and repurposing materials, we were able to keep other costs relatively low in comparison. For our treatment rooms, we use SpaEquip.com, and for our kitchen, we use RestaurantDepot.com to develop an equipment list for budgeting costs. Greenhouse will be open 10 hours a day, and as Emma stated earlier, we'll have many rooms for an assortment of treatments. In our business plan, we created financials for 3 years, but in the interest of time, we'll focus on year 3. In year 1, Greenhouse operated at 67% occupancy, and we ended up with a profit margin of 9.23%. Year 2 saw an increase in occupancy, jumping up to 75% and a profit margin of 9.8%. In year 3, we had a gross revenue of $949,000 while operating at 80% occupancy. Our most successful treatment in terms of revenue was our massages. Our gross profit was $859,000, and we had a payroll expense of $512,000, which included both our taxes and our health care. Greenhouse achieved a profit margin of 11.46% in our final year with a net income of $109,000. As Greenhouse continues to grow, we expect to see the profit margin increase as well. By year 5, our expectations are Greenhouse will have a sustainable profit margin of between 15 and 20%.
We founded Greenhouse on the principles of Southern hospitality, community, and sustainability. Greenhouse will warmly welcome guests and help restore and regenerate their healthy energy, providing them not only with an experience, but with a truly green lifestyle. Thank you for listening, and we would like to thank Patrick Burke, Julie Urasek, Susie Hammer, and Megan Luce for their help on our project.
You look ready to ask the first question.
Well, first of all, congratulations on...
Use the mic, Chris.
First of all, congratulations on parts of the presentation. I really enjoyed your 3D models to show the design. I thought there was a great creativity in the approach towards the treatments, and certainly the local feel of some of the treatments and the names you used, and this ethnicity of the pumpkin and brown sugar and everything that relates to the South. So I thought it was very nice. But I'm a bit confused with all your numbers, and I'd be worried. It looks like you spent a lot of money on buying the real estate, which seems to make sense, but then I found your cost to renovate very, very low. I mean, if you could do it at that money, it'd be fantastic, but knowing how much it costs to renovate homes and bathrooms and all the wet areas and stuff, can you explain how you got to those relatively low figures on the renovation?
When we were creating it, we were trying to repurpose as many materials as we could. So we figured when we were doing demo, we could take some of the reclaimed wood and put that into our floors. And a large part, we have $200,000 devoted to just pretty much the renovation set up for our rooms and just the area. Then another $100,000 was determined for the interior decoration. And then we had $150,000 for the equipment in every room, and then another $100,000 for the kitchen equipment. And we just felt that we knew the initial cost for the energy things would be high, and we just figured that $200,000 for just the original demo included with repurposing would be a reasonable number.
Yes. I look at your financial and try to calculate your IRR, but I couldn't calculate it. It's too low.
Yep.
Okay. And the second point is that your payback period is going to be very long. Your 3-year EBITDA sum to $270,000, while your initial investment is $3.86 million. I think it's going to be long to pay back. Plus, your initial investment, there's no soft cost in it. And the profit margin is below the industry average. So I see that your model is not profitable. My question is, how can you find the investor for this? Second question, if you want to be a sustainable spa, how can, with the model which is not profitable, how can you drive sustainability?
So let's start with the first question. Did you get the first question? You want him to repeat it?
How can you find your investor? Okay, because your model is not profitable.
Me? Mm-hmm. When we first did it, our largest cost is the real estate. And when we envisioned our project, we had envisioned that the property was already purchased. And we thought within the parameters of the project, this would be acceptable. We realized it's not the most realistic option, but since we just thought we believed it was something we could include in the project. And going back now, it's something we would definitely would have improved upon.
And with model which is not profitable, how can you drive sustainability?
The thing for sustainability, we wanted to be a leader in the community. So we were going to do our practices, teaching our guests how to eat appropriately, how to reduce their impact on the environment. And our main goal was to teach the community and become part of it to improve the environment and improve the lives of the Savannah people. And that we're trying to be more of a leader in sustainability and promote other companies to follow our practices.
And I think also when we considered the real estate investment, we thought that the investment was a good idea because Savannah is a very exclusive area, and investing in Savannah real estate, although there will be a sluggish real estate market, it will come back, and those will always be valuable properties. And our big goal was to really be embedded in the Savannah culture and investing in those people and hoping that we will retain those customers by giving back to their community and educating them for the future.
Audrey.
Yeah, I do agree with the numbers, to be honest, especially with the renovation. I'm 100% sure that they are very, very low. But as I'm more of the concept guy, let me come back to the concept, because there is another question which came up in my mind when I saw the concept. And this is part of the numbers as well. You have 2 entrance areas, 2 receptions, so this brings up the labor costs as well. They are very high, as we all know. Why did you plan 2 entrance areas? Why did you plan 2 receptions and not have 1 reception and bring the guest to the other house through a journey to this beautiful surrounding and beautiful landscape?
I think that originally we thought that we wanted to keep the idea of the 2 houses and have receptions for each area, but that is a really great point because that would save a lot of cost, and we get to escort them through the area so they can see where they will be enjoying the treatment. So that really, honestly, would have been a really good way to cut costs there.
In your presentation, you have forecasted a 60% occupancy for your getaway suite, and in the document you've said you're going to target the luxury market. In your budget, though, you've only allotted $2,000 per month approximately. So what other channels of communication are you going to use, other than Twitter, Facebook, Groupon, to target this luxury market that you're looking for?
I think that we can, maybe Twitter is probably not the luxury market, but we did plan to market in some luxury travel publications because there are a big tourist destination in Savannah. So we would have to elevate our marketing to a level that would appeal that more luxurious customer, especially something for weddings or a couple that is looking for an anniversary special.
But $2,000 a month isn't going to
It's not enough.
Mm-hmm. Chris, another question? Okay. Go ahead, Dana.
I think you plan to have 1 or more suite rooms, right, for guests who would like to have the package, the retreat package. And this will require more staff to take care of that. I don't think this is not very efficient. What is your rationale of doing that?
Could you just say that one more time? Sorry.
You have 1 or more suite room for the guests, and that be one of your differentiation to attract the guests. But having that, it requires more staff to take care of that. For example, housekeeping or that. What is your rationale of doing that?
When we hired, we had, they were our common area people who would be in charge of cleaning around the, kind of almost like a custodial staff, where they'd be in charge of cleaning the common area and keeping up with the garden. And we figured that we'd be able to cross-train them, as it were going to be just kind of one room for guests, to be able to cross-train them to come in and clean the room as needed. And by doing sustainability, we hope that we'd be able to keep cleaning down for the room and just kind of do a turn down from night to night, as compared to completely deep cleaning the room every single day.
Audrey, another question?
There is one that, yes, just dropped it somewhere. Do you have one?
Go ahead.
Just one other question regarding your room types. Why did you decide to dedicate rooms for facial and dedicate rooms for massage? What was the reasoning behind that?
Oh, I don't know that they're particularly dedicated. I mean, in terms of equipment, I mean, we did need to sort of select how many setups we were going to purchase for each type. I mean, how many massage tables and how many facial setups we would need. But we do have on the top floor some larger rooms that are the couple's suite, and then the two adjacent to that, that can be multi-purpose rooms. So we have showers built into some of them. They can be for wet treatments, body treatments, and some of the mobile equipment will allow us to reconfigure that top floor as needed.
Go ahead, Adrian, and that'll be the last question.
Okay. Did I understood you right? You have been talking about your competitors, and you said there are competitors on the market already, and the way which differentiates you to the other ones is that you're keeping up a high quality, right? Did I get that right?
Yes, and
Well, I mentioned that there are some competitors that share similar ideas, but none that combined our entire idea, including the wellness education and the getaway suite. So I do think that one of the things that really sets us apart is the education, because we want to give them more than just a treatment. We want them to leave learning more than they came in with.
Okay, thanks.
Let's hear it. We need to wire you. So the exciting part about this is the fact that the students get to work with the architects who are so outstanding and so good to work back and forth with us, and to give the students a real opportunity to express their thoughts and ideas through design. So we're really grateful. I want to mention again how grateful we are to the architects and how wonderful it is to find architects who want to spend the time, because we realize that it's costly, who want to spend the time to really work with these students. Another thing I want to say, a brief commercial from Mary, okay? Another thing I want to say is I'm so grateful, and we're also grateful that you came this morning. These students work literally for months. I started seeing outlines a long time ago, and it seemed like a year. I mean, it's been like since January, late January, but it seemed like a year because they've really been going at it. So support them in every way that you can. Encourage them, get to know them, meet them, do all the great things you can with them, because this is the future. Take it away.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Defiant. I'm Molly.
I'm Diane.
Oh, sorry, she's not wired. Redo.
We're the pioneers. We're kind of overachievers here. Sorry about that.
We're a little joking. Let everyone to have a relaxed morning. That's our goal.
It's fine. You can start and then she'll finish it.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Defiant. I'm Molly.
I'm Diane.
I'm Jane.
And we're from the Noble School of Hospitality Management at the University of Denver. We'd like to begin by giving a big shout out to Cameron and Jenna from HBA, who really brought our vision to life. So how many of you in the audience have been to a Starbucks before? Pretty much everyone. What they do to be so successful is they've created the third place. Well, we've created Defiant, the fourth place for girls ages 12 to 18. Defiant was designed to empower girls through self-care. Defiant was also designed to create a whole new generation of future spa goers. We're going to take you through the Defiant concept in a little bit of a different manner. We're going to tell you the story of Defiant through the eyes of two of our typical consumers, Allie and Jada. Welcome to Orange County, the home of Allie and Jada, and the location of our first Defiant location. Orange County we selected because it's a high household income with many schools in proximity. Also, we needed to be in driving distance of colleges and universities, enabling us to better penetrate our secondary market of college students when our primary market is in school.
Now let's meet Ellie. Ellie is 12 years old. She is a big fan of sport. She plays soccer at school. However, she's still a little bit girly as she likes to dress up and get her nails done. She spends a lot of time behind the screen. Therefore, her parents even say she lives on Facebook. However, Ellie is still suffering a few issues that other teenage girls are suffering, such as poor eating habits, fighting with parents, acne. These are just a few issues that teenage girls are fighting for. Other issues also include diabetes and obesity. Ellie discovered Defiant at a flash mob when she was shopping with her friends at a mall.
So we plan on utilizing a non-traditional marketing technique. We're going to use many guerrilla marketing techniques such as flash mobs, creative outdoor advertising. Because these girls spend so much time on the internet, we really needed to establish a strong presence using social media. We'll also be partnering with local community center, athletic programs, and school. Primary market research showed that parents are very willing to spend money on, we also, as part of our revenue management strategy, we plan on offering off-peak pricing to our secondary market of college students when our primary market is in school. So Defiant's innovative design really plays on the use of outdoor space. It's a small collection of buildings connected by outdoor space. We use outdoor space for two main reasons. One, we really wanted to get the girls out into the sunshine because they spend so much time in artificial life behind the screens of computers. Second, by utilizing outdoor space, we were able to have lower construction costs. All of Defiant was designed with flexibility and mobility in mind.
Sorry, so Ellie really can't wait to tell her story. And so now let's time to begin the journey of Ellie at Defiant. Ellie arrives at Defiant with her mom today. At debut, the front desk, Ellie is greeted by all young female staff, and she also received a pair of Defiant pajamas. Here, she feels very comfortable and connected. So while she was looking around the cool and playful design of Defiant, her mom signs a consent form for her.
So we need to initially market to the girls because if the girls' parents come to them and tell them about this wonderful new place, Defiant, they're going to want nothing to do with it. But promotion to mothers is also very important to us. We really need to emphasize the safety of Defiant. That's why we have the all-female staff, the use of consent forms, and we have something called a D-Life card, which every girl gets upon entry. They swipe it, and their mothers can check online to know that they're there. We really want to emphasize the empowering aspects of Defiant, showing them that we're creating more resilient girls, girls who are better able to deal with the pressures they face on a daily basis. Also, as I already preluded to earlier, parents are very willing to spend money on routine needs such as waxing and skincare. So we'll be promoting Defiant as a routine need rather than a luxury indulgence.
Since this is Ellie's first day at Defiant, she gets a tour led by a staff member of Defiant. After she put on her pajama at the deposit, the locker room, she arrives at the voucher den, our water experience area. Dirty Girl is the mud bath. Here, girls can put the mud on their skin and face and play with the mud. Who doesn't like a mud pie? So, Drip Drop is the rain walk. Here, water cascade from the ceiling with different color of lights, different temperatures, and water pressure. Girls can dance and sing in the rain. In our primary market research, all the girls who learned about the rain walk, they loved it, and they were really excited about it. Detox is the same room. This is more focused on our older market, also include the secondary market, which is college students. Diffuse is the treatment area with 6 individual treatment rooms with soundproof pocket doors in the middle. This unique flexible design is perfect for girls coming by themselves, but also for girls coming with their friends as groups, so they can have a spa party there. There is also an introductory treatment room with individual bathroom.
So all of the treatments and services offered at Defiant were designed specifically for the teenage market. We utilize shorter treatment times to better cater to their short attention spans and their very busy lifestyles. This also enables us to have higher treatment room utilization. We're always able to fit 2 treatments per hour in every room. We also, as part of our revenue management strategy, our prices are slightly below that of traditional spas offering teen services. This enables us to capture a greater volume of the market. All of the Defiant branded products used in services were designed specifically to meet the needs of changing teenage skin.
At the end of the tour, Ellie decides to have a facial, so she is brought to Daydream and wait for the service.
Daydream is our central courtyard plush pad. Think of it as an overblown slumber party. All girls are brought into Daydream prior to their services so they're able to connect with one another, observe what other services Defiant has to offer.
All right, now let's meet Jada. Jada is another Defiant girl. She's 17 years old. She loves dancing. She's always on top of the fashion trend. Everybody thinks she's an in-style socialite. She also strives to get really good grades in school. She's a Miss Perfect in everybody's eyes. However, Jada is also dealing with issues such as unhealthy body image, disordered eating, stress, and sleeping issues, just like other girls do. Jada found about Defiant by attending her BFF Tiffany's sweet 16th birthday party. Tiffany selected party packages including a mini facial and massage for each of her guests.
Parties are a major revenue driver for Defiant. Ever since this generation was toddlers, they've been accustomed to these lavish parties, and parents are willing to spend tons of money on them. There's plenty of party space for small children, and there's party space for adults. We plan on bridging that gap, providing the ideal location for parties. You name it, we'll have a party for it.
Jada loved Defiant. It's nothing like her mom's spa shown here. The environment was not boring here. It was fun, exciting. She felt that independence and grow-up experience there. No one called her honey there.
So, as we've touched on, many of spas have picked up on the fact that the teenage market is a viable one. Already 30% of spas offer add-on services that are specifically designed for teenagers. However, there is no spa that solely was designed to meet the needs and wants of the teenage market.
Jada is a VIG, a very important girl at Defiant, a membership created by Defiant. She's misunderstood.
Membership enables us to create a sustainable behavioral change in the lives of these girls. We're teaching them how to weave wellness into the fabrics of their life. Membership requires a minimum of a 6-month commitment. This provides us with a consistent stream of revenues. It also creates a sense of community for the girls. All membership includes a day pass for a friend once a month, so this brings in referral business and grows our market share.
After class, Jada came to Defiant. She went straight to Defiant for a hip-hop dance class. Defiant is our fitness studio offering group classes including yoga, kickboxing, dance, and so on. With a garage door opening onto the private terrace, Defiant is also another ideal place at Defiant for private parties. After her hip-hop dance class, Jada headed over to Devour, our organic grab-and-go juice and coffee bar. She ordered a smoothie there, and she brought her smoothie back to Daydream. That's where she meets Allie. And then Jada told Allie about her experience at Defiant. When she first returned to Defiant, the Defiant staff brought her back to the private consulting area, showed her all the services offered at Defiant, as well as a membership that catered to her needs. Practicing yoga and meditation at Defiant, she learns how to not feel guilty about spending time to recharge yourself. Self-care and self-acceptance is a core value at Defiant. Defiant is a first place to Jada, not the home, not mall, not school. She gets to meet girls there. And also, Defiant helped Jada realize she can't change bullying. She can't change how the society reviews her. However, she's become more resilient to the outside forces. She's becoming stronger and tougher. By using the enrichment program provided at Defiant, she learns about face popcorn and her prediction on the female is becoming the future lead of economic growth and recovery due to their unique management style and creativity.
So we wanted to maintain the relationship with the Defiant girls after they leave the facility. You don't have to be in the 4th place to be part of it. So we offer a variety of online workshops such as how to dress for your body type, how to project the right image for yourself using social media. We also have a forum where girls can watch podcasts of powerful female CEOs and post questions for them.
Jada showed Allie how to check in at Foursquare to get specials at Defiant. Jada gets a free nail design at Dashin, while Allie gets 20% off at a Diva purchase. Diva is our retail store, carries all Defiant branded products, ranging from skincare to clothing. Jada decides to go to Dashin to get her free nail design today. Dashin is our straight-front food service salon with the design of all stations and wheels, allowing girls to have different services at the same time, which creates the ultimate social experience for Defiant girls. What's the last time you see a teenage girl go to the bathroom by herself?
So two major spending trends emerged when we observed the spending trends of the teenage market. They spend money on social experiences such as going out to the movies or to dinner, and then they spend money on their appearance. So we've combined the two. We provide a social experience with treatments geared towards appearance and empowerment. 75% of teenage girls report getting the same amount of money now or more than they did prior to the recession. With this recession-proof market, which is undertapped, equals financial returns for us. We couldn't really use industry averages when projecting our revenues because the proportion of revenues coming from different sources varied quite a bit from a traditional spa, so we used the build-up method. We used a conservative approach when estimating our revenues. Base year, we used a treatment room utilization rate of 20%, and it grows through the 5 years till it reaches 55% in year 5. All services sold were predicted to grow in accordance with treatment room utilization. Our first year, we projected netting an NOI of $137,000, 15% of total revenues, which is 5% under the industry average for standalone spas. However, by year 5, we project to have an NOI of $840,000, 33% of revenues. When doing a capital investment analysis of Defiant, Defiant yields an unlevered IRR of 20%, proving the financial feasibility of Defiant.
At the end of the day, Allie had a great experience at Defiant. She became a member of VIG. When she gets home, she posts the picture of her VIG card as well as her great experience at Defiant on Facebook, sharing her experience with her 800 Facebook friends. At Defiant, Allie and Jada learns to define labels, define logics, define limits.
Be defiant.
Thank you. Thank you.
Totally out of the box way of looking at this problem. Sorry about that. So, no, it's an totally out of the box, I thought, concept, and the presentation is really thrilling and well done. I thought the way you took us through the story and told the stories and took us around the various areas of the layout was very entertaining. I thought the concept was fun. And I loved your approach and the design integrity and the poppy colors and really all kind of gels together. And I thought that was very nice. I have a bunch of questions, but I just will ask you one. I'll leave the financials to my colleague on the left. But I had kids and girls also. And there's a big difference between a 12 and 13-year-old and an 18-year-old. It's like two worlds. Mm-hmm. And how do you pull that off? And how do you want an 18 or 17-year-old crowd hang out with the 12-year-old that gets dropped off by her parent? And I can't really get my arms around that one. If you could explain that, please.
Yeah. So we noticed this. Within our primary market, we saw ourselves as having two different market segments, the older girls and then the younger girls. And we see the younger girls utilizing the debauchery den a lot more than the older girls. We think the older girls are going to be more apt to get treatment and have smaller parties. So we feel that, you know, yes, there is going to be the presence of younger girls and older girls, but I think they're going to utilize different sections of the facility.
Also, like in our story, actually, Ellie is a representative of younger girl. She's 12-year-old, while Jada, 17-year-old, like a representative of our older girl. And they can actually still like connect with each other at a lot of places, such as Daydream, the Courtyard, and also the Devour, our organic juice and coffee bar. And we actually also have hammocks that girls can hang out.
We are creating the concept for the first place for girls, so it's all Defiant girls. Doesn't matter what your age.
In your presentation, you've mentioned that you have two markets, the primary market being the younger girls who are going to school, and then you're going to have the secondary market as your college students. So with 74 treatments and services per day in your assumptions, what percentage is going to be primary and what percentage is going to be secondary?
Well, you plan on, you know, we really have a short period when these girls are end school during the weekday. We see it doing a lot of business on weekend. We didn't individually divide that out. We just used a very conservative approach. I mean, per day in our first year, we plan on doing like 10 manicures. We tried to just use a very conservative approach with estimating our services. So, but we did not divide it out, so.
Also with like teenage girls, more participation in athletic programs, so we're really targeting on the sports massage area. So that's kind of draws a lot of like revenue into treatment.
Great presentation again.
Thank you.
I think we all really liked it. It was cool, fresh idea. Sorry. If I see the investment costs with 1,306,000 euros, dollars, which is not bad either. How will you make that? Because if you see the facility, it's cool and trendy, a lot of lights. It's a big investment. So where did you get that number from?
Basically, we used an industry average for building space. We estimated construction costs to be $200 per square foot. But since we used the outdoor space, we're using acid wash concrete pavers, which are very inexpensive. We don't need to really appeal to the sophisticated taste of a seasoned spa goer, so we plan on utilizing less expensive building materials. However, in our design, we didn't have real estate. We did not put real estate in our initial investment. And so, yes, I do believe our IRR is a bit overstated because we just couldn't, it varies so much in Southern California and finding the space. And most likely for our design, we would have to construct.
Also, with our focus on girls, a $700 chair wouldn't make that attraction to her. So our equipment will be relatively low cost as well.
Okay, I agree that your concept is great because wellness can apply to all ages. The earlier, the better. On your financial part, I look at your key financial indicators. They're all great, meaning that your model is very profitable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
3 questions though. I didn't see the breakdown of your setup costs. That is the hard cost and soft cost. I don't know what they look like, okay? The second point is that one of your assumptions about the treatment room utilization, you start year 1 with 20%, and then it will grow to 55%. Well, students are in school 5 days a week, and plus they have school activities after that. What was your rationale of assuming the treatment room utilization like this? And the third question is, I look at your marketing budget. Your year 1 marketing budget is less than $2,000. How can you drive the revenue?
Okay. I'll go ahead.
Okay.
I'll start on that. So as far as the marketing budget, we plan on using non-traditional forms, setting up Facebook pages, establishing a presence on Foursquare is stuff that doesn't cost a lot of money, but it's very specific to our target market. Also, the guerrilla marketing techniques are less expensive than any sort of print ads or radio time. So the use of the guerrilla marketing is a less expensive form, but we feel is very effective for our target market. And as far as the treatment room utilization, we still feel like 55% is pretty modest, which we expect it to stay at. We don't expect it to grow past that because these girls are in school. It's also about successfully penetrating our secondary market and getting the college students who do have more flexibility in their schedule in at the right times. And then was there something else I'm not answering? I think there was a third.
The setup costs.
The setup costs. As far as the setup costs, we went and we found various materials such as less expensive massage tables, and that's how we got our fixtures, furniture, and equipment cost is we divided it out. It might be a little bit low, but we did the best we could with the available resources. So this is all very new for me, learning and understanding this, so it's great to hear your feedback.
I have something to add to the market budget.
Another question, Chris.
Yeah, the one thing you did not touch on at all, and which I would think would be a very, very touchy subject. You have all these girls coming in at 12 to 18. You did not talk about staff, who you would hire, how you would screen them. If I'm a parent, I'm going to leave my teenage girl with you. I'd be very, very worried who's going to do the treatments and how they would do that.
I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah.
Glad you asked that question. Well, first of all, our staff, we are actually going to hire a lot of newly graduated students who are coming out with, from school. It's lower to hire them, also like empower them to give them more experience. And also for the parents side, actually Molly touched them about, we have the D-Life card, which parents can keep track of their daughter's activity at Defiant. And also we have all young female staff, which provide a safety and also comfortable for both parents and also the daughters. Also, there is, all parents are required to sign a consent form. Therefore, give the authority for Defiant to take care of their daughters.
We would have to do extensive background checks. Also, we would have a rigorous behavioral interview protocol, all female staff, and we would also, there would be no men on the facility. It would be man-free zone. And as far as the comfort, because traditionally spas are very open with the nudity thing. We thought about that being very uncomfortable for young girls, so every girl who comes into Defiant puts on these loose-fitting, comfortable, Defiant labeled PJs. So it's a little bit of a switch from the traditional.
Is it under U.S. law? Is there any problem of discriminatory? I mean, that you exclude certain age groups or exclude
for hiring?
For membership also.
For membership, you know, we couldn't say. I mean, men, yes, I think we could say as a safety risk that they can't come in. As far as if we're not going to be IDing girls at the door and be like, oh wait, it's past 3 o'clock, you're 19, get out of here. It's going to be a little bit of a looser environment. However, as far as the staff sides, we feel that we could make a case as it's a bona fide occupational qualification.
It seemed to me that your spa will be successful. Well, if that is the case, what is your expansion strategy?
We actually talk about it. Our concept is more towards a franchise style. Also because we have a lot of outdoor space, our private location is in California. So if we are going to expand, we might take in consideration of making more like indoor spaces if we're located in New York, because it snows in the winter, so the outdoor space won't work. So that's where we're gonna go beyond, but we haven't really think about moving that beyond yet, so.
Well, we really looked at being on the border of a high household income area. Greenwich, Connecticut, this concept would work great. We just need high populations with expendable income. So this model could work in a number of communities in the United States.
Additional questions? You have time for one more. Okay.